Alright, you're going to learn how to cook and make A2 yogurt, healthy yogurt with l.reuteri, with subtilis and gasseri, and you're also going to learn how to make it with the super yogurt, which is the Therabiotic Complete. All this is in here. This one finished in 36 hours. This took 2 cookings, so this was a 72-hour thing just because it just, you'll see, didn't quite come out right. And of course this came out perfect the first time. So we're trying different things. These are cooked with inulin. This is not. So just follow along and see how it goes. Obviously things turned out pretty good after the second cooking. This one turned out to be a disaster at first. Morning. Well, we're gonna make A2 SIBO, the Dr. Davis method for treating small intestinal bacterial overgrowth issues. And the way we're going to do it is a little bit different. Now, we're not going to add them all together. We're going to put one in one container and 2 of them in the other container. So I just want to give you kind of a reason of like why we're doing this. So if you're here, you want to figure out how to make this, but also you're trying to solve a problem, right? So you probably have issues with your gut that, you know, over time you've had to take antibiotics, or you've some of the foods have caused the good bacteria to die off. So what we're going to do is we're going to take l.reuteri here, we're going to take B. subtilis, and we're going to take gasseri. And we're going to put these together to make a huge jump in the bacterial counts. Now, so starting off, this one is normally 37 billion. I just have an example here of 20 billion. So these, once they're in a culture and they are at their optimum temperature, which is going to be, for these two, it's 99 degrees, 37 degrees Celsius, or this one is 108. A little bit higher in Celsius. They're going to start replicating, and they do this every 3 hours. And so we start out with, just say, you know, for an example, 20 billion. By the time we get to 36 hours, which is our cook time, we're looking at 81 trillion CFUs, and that's per the container. Now, there are about 8 servings in this, so you're looking at basically 10 trillion CFUs per serving. So what that's going to do is going to create enough of this to where, you know, as you consume the yogurt, it's going to go down into the stomach and get, you know, some of it will die in there, and then some of it will die to the point that once it finally gets into the small intestine, then there's enough of it that survived that's going to start to colonize the small intestine and push out and kill a lot of this bad bacteria. So a lot of the benefits that you're going to see are not necessarily from this, but it's going to be from the absence of all that E. coli and bad bacteria that's been poisoning you for a while. Okay, so we have our bacteria. Now, the thing that we're going to do this a little different is I'm going to have l.reuteri in its own container. l.reuteri is kind of a bully in the bacteria world, but it has an amazing benefits. So it's really best, I've seen over the years, not years, but over the year that I've been doing this, is to have it in its own container. And we're going to put B. subtilis and gasseri in here, and this is going to be our container for that. And so we should get a good amount of each in each one. So, okay, so first thing you want to do, I'm using food for gut, and I'm going to get a 1/4 of a tablespoon. There we go. Good heaping amount there. And we're going to get Now this comes in the pill format. I've already kind of popped this pill, and I'm going to attempt to get this thing to escape. There we go. And I'm going to also use, so this is about a similar amount, right? Looking at it. Now I'm going to get a quarter of a tablespoon of subtilis. Now food for guts is brown. So this yogurt is going to have a little bit of a tan tint to it, which is normal and it's okay. Put the tops on all these. Okay, now let's get this one a little bit out of this pill format without making a mess. Looks like it's starting to harden up a little bit. Sometimes if you've had bacteria for a little bit, you may have to order new ones if you're having to make a lot of this from scratch. Okay, now we're using A2 half and half. Half and half is half whole milk, half heavy cream. So if you're in an area where you don't have this, just note that you'll have 2 quart containers, which is basically, what are we talking about? It's about, I don't know, about a liter. So if you go a half liter of whole milk, a half liter of heavy cream or double cream, it's going to be the same thing. So it's just in the US, it's a very common, I think in North America, it's a very common ingredient for like coffees and stuff like that. So I'm going to mix this up as best as I can. There will be some of this will clump up, but you try to minimize as much of that as you possibly can. Okay, got that one reasonably declumped. Okay, alright, we're going to work on our l.reuteri. Now, what are the benefits of this as I'm kind of stirring this up? Some of the things that you're going to find with l.reuteri is you will have increased empathy. You will have a deeper sleep. I've experienced both of those. What you're going to have with the absence of that bad bacteria is, of course, your gut will get healed up very quickly, meaning that a lot of the kind of issues you may have had, bloating, difficulties going to the bathroom, pain afterwards of after you go in the bathroom, that starts to go away after about a week. Another cool thing is that this bacteria kills off gingivitis. It's kind of weird, but you're going to notice that your gums are healthier after you do this. It's kind of strange, but it's actually true. I noticed that about 2 weeks after I started using it, and I was like, well, how is the gut influencing the gums? But there's a tie there. They kill off gingivitis. That's kind of the trick. And so we're putting the rest of this in. See if we can get as evenly as possible. Now when this is completed, your daily serving of this is going to be, it's only a quarter of a cup. which means that to get the full benefits, you would just get a quarter of a cup from each, and that's about maybe what, about 120 milliliters, so not a lot. So you're not going to eat a lot of this every day. It's a very small amount, and you can eat that if you want to eat it in the morning as a breakfast, or if you want to eat it later and as a snack. It doesn't matter. Just eat it once a day, and you're going to be on your way to better gut health. Okay, let's see if I can get this bacteria off of here. I'm not going to touch it, but hang on one moment. Okay, I just wanted to scrape that off there. Didn't want to touch it. I ended up using the little thing there. Okay, so this is our A2 subtilis and gasseri. Have the top on for that. A2 and l.reuteri. Now the reason we're using this, I forgot to tell you that. The reason we're using, oh, you know what we forgot? We forgot our inulin. Goodness. Let me go get some spoons for. Yeah, I had the inulin here, and didn't even add it. Now I'm adding about a spoonful in each of these. Gosh, how many times have I done this and I'm just like completely forgot one of the most critical steps? I've been using too many spoons. Okay, now we'll just normally you mix that in, so to get it right, mix that in with your bacteria. After you put the bacteria in, add the inulin and put that in there, and then mix it up. So I was thinking I was missing something, but you know, sometimes you goof. But I think it's going to come out fine. I'm not worried. Okay, now we have everything the way it's supposed to be. Just modified a little bit. Alright, so let's add these, put these in our yogurt maker. Now I use an ultimate yogurt maker. The reason I use a yogurt maker is just because it's easy. I can kind of put this thing in the corner. Nobody pays attention to it, and I can just cook the yogurt without anybody bothering it. Now I'm gonna put water in here. This is to make sure that it has an even temperature and it's cooking properly. And you want to add a little bit more than the height of the yogurt or the milk. At this point, it's not really yogurt yet, is it? Okay, so that's over just a wee bit. Now what's going to happen, the reason I'm doing that is that steam's going to come up. So some of this water is going to come up and it's going to be up here and it'll end up on top. So just make sure you have enough to where it's cooked. Okay, I'm going to hit temp. I'm going to move this down to 99. That's 37 degrees Celsius. Okay, I'm going to start. And I'm going to change the temperature, the time to 36 hours. And I'm going to hit start. And that's it. So, over time, you'll get down to where this is a very simple process. And you'll get it done in like 5 minutes or less. Okay, so now it is 7:35 a.m. That means that tomorrow at 7:35 p.m. it will be completed. So it's 36 hours, so it's a day and a half. So make sure that when you're doing this, that you are thinking that you got that in mind, to where you can get that, you will be able to get this and then when it's completed, you can go and put it in the refrigerator and stop the replication process, because after 36 hours they tend to die off. So okay, so it's cooking. We'll see you in 36 hours. Okay, done. That's right. That looks perfect. And here's the other one. That looks awful. That looks gross. Put this in the fridge and see what to do with it. Alright, so we're going to salvage this mess somehow. Okay, so while we're doing this, we have the starter. Now I'm going to add, I'm going to actually create, this is what I think is a better SIBO yogurt here. I'm not adding any inulin. It already contains some inulin. Because this is a, this one already contains a whole pile of good stuff in here. And my youngest no longer has any eczema problems. So let's mix this up. That's good. Alright, I cleaned out the spoon, and then we're going to add our A2 half and half. And some more here. And some more here. And some more here. Okay, let's mix this up. Another spoon. Let's mix this up. Okay. Put the tops on. These over here. All right, got them in here. Let's add some water. And we're going to add this above the yogurt line. Make sure the whole thing's covered. There we go. Top on. Temperature is going to be down to 99. That'll be 37 degrees Celsius. I'm going to bump this up to 36 hours. And start. Well, it's completed. 72 hours of shake and bake cooking. It's finally done. I'll tell you, this SIBO stuff, to make some decent yogurt, it is a lot of work. So, the l.reuteri came out great. I've actually been eating it. tastes good, very sharp. Let's see how this stuff came out. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. Looks like that's definitely some gases going on there. Okay, so this is our super yogurt. I get this one out first. It's got the top just popping off. Kind of hard to do that with one hand. Try and get the top on. A lot of gas. I'm guessing that's the subtilis, right? Ooh, come on, subtilis. Alright, so this is our subtilis and gasseri. This is our second batch. Looks like we had some craziness going on there. I didn't touch this the whole time, just kind of let it go. Well, it came out a lot better. Little bit away, but overall, I think it came out pretty well. Ooh, looked better than it did the first time. Oh, what's the smell too? Let's smell this. Yeah, it smells okay. Okay, there's that one. And let's move some stuff around. But I don't know. I can't say I'm a fan of this SIBO stuff. I think l.reuteri and this super yogurt's a better option. Really like a yeah, that came out really well. Yeah, see? I didn't use any I didn't use any inulin. Yep, it smells good. No inulin. It has inulin in it, in that formula. I didn't add any more. It came out great. I have a smell. I've made this before. Very similar smell, so I'm guessing I have the same bacterial counts as I would normally have if I added inulin. So there you go. There's your inulin myth. I'm sure it works. I mean, I'm not gonna disparage proven techniques, but do things your way. Okay, so we're gonna stick these in the fridge and then we're gonna try them. Can't say I'm really thrilled to try this, but I'll try it anyway. Alright, see you in a little bit. Alright, so these have been in the fridge for a while. This one's been done for a while. So here's our l.reuteri, A2 l.reuteri. That always comes out great. Got a little bit of whey in it. I've been eating it. It's fantastic. It tastes great. So this one's good. Now, for our questionable yogurt. Alright, so this is the subtilis and the gasseri. So I would say this is probably majority subtilis because the cook time temperature, I always get that backwards, is 99 degrees for subtilis and 108 degrees for gasseri, but we cooked it at 99. So there's probably more subtilis than there is gasseri. Now this is our A2 super yogurt. This is using that therapeutic complete. This is really good for eczema. Yeah, skin issues. My youngest is a lot of his skin issues are gone. Okay, so let's try it. Now I've already tried this. This is good. No issues with that. We will try our big heaping portion here. I'm not gonna be shy with it. So let's smell it. Oh, it smells fine. It smells good. So we took that. So the good thing is we took that disaster of first batch, recooked it, turned it into something that's actually decent. That has a good taste. That's not bad. So A2, if you're wondering, is great for if you have issues with milk. This is really good. So it is sharp as far as the taste. It's pretty close to this. It's telling me there's a ton of bacteria in here. Alright, so that one's good. Put that spoon to the side. And the super yogurt always tastes awesome. If you don't like a sharp taste and you want something that's a little bit, look at that. So we did not use any inulin. Made it from scratch. So granted, this already has some inulin in it, but just using the sugars and proteins breakdown from the milk, it created this really nice looking yogurt. It is slightly sharp too, but not quite as sharp as this. And that's been my experience with super yogurt, is that it's good. It's not as sharp, but it comes out perfect every time. Look at that. I can't get any better than that. That's about as thick as it gets. So I think this would actually be good for cream cheese. So this is my next cream cheese yogurt. So, so if you're gonna eat these, right? So this is our alternative A2 SIBO yogurt, which means you would probably eat. So the normal portion size is a half of a cup, which is 230 milliliters. So I'm thinking about 115 milliliters of this and 115 milliliters of this, or a quarter cup here, quarter cup here, and that would be your daily thing. Now, you can also do, like, if you really like it, you can do a half cup each to kind of get through this, but don't overdo it. Give your body some time to adjust and get used to it, because remember, there's trillions of bacteria in these. So, let your body get used to it, fight it off, and then feel healthy again. All right, thanks for watching. Y'all take care.